Oh, hold on. Let's see. Oh, hold on. Okay, now we're good to go, hopefully. Hi everyone. Technical difficulties are happening. Let me just make sure I get the names. Hi Check. Hi Eska. Let me go ahead and have that timer started. Hi Benki, and hi Ignorant. Welcome everyone. Fancy meeting you here. I had some internet troubles this week and it is not going well. As you can see, I'll have to see if I can figure it out. Oh, I'm also blinking too. Isn't that great? Aside from the technical difficulties and that too. Hold on. What if I do that? Interesting. Okay, well, we can work through this. And let me grab that name. Is it Saratsas? Saratsas? Possibly? Welcome to stream. Welcome in. Welcome in. Well, yesterday I had to cancel stream because I wasn't feeling the best, and today I'm not feeling well as well. However, I'm blinking. That's no good. Okay, hold on. I'll drag myself over here. Oh, actually, you know what? We'll just talk like this. Imagine I'm here in your mind. You know, in your mindscape. What's your mind thinking about, huh? How's your mind been going on? It's not empty, it's loaded in here. What you got going on? Let's see. A mouth open, eye closed. Let's double check here. Mouth open, eye closed. I can't see all of them. Mouth open, eye closed. Mouth open, eye open. Mouth closed, eye open. Mouth open, eye closed. Mouth, aha. Mouth open, eye closed. That's right. I'm seeing some things here, but not all the things. Open, close, close, close. Is there one where you're all closed? I don't believe so. Okay, let me then do instead add, and we're going to go into, let's see. Let's try you. And then for you, you're going to be you and you. How about, in that. Okay, give that a whirl. We'll see if that goes. Nope, I broke it. Everything breaks. Hi, Emmy. Welcome to stream. Have you always been a part of my imagination? I am in the void. I am every and allwhere, nowhere, all at once. Oh boy, this is a good start. You know, if it has to be something that doesn't work, at least it can be a little fun. Hold on. Okay. Let's see if this works. Hello. We'll try again. All right. You know what? That timer is. It's not just about done, but we'll get started now. As I said before, I'm not feeling quite the best, so we'll see what we could get done. If I have to end stream early, then it'll have to be. But I'm gonna try. Thank you all for coming though, and thank you for sticking around despite the technical difficulties. Saying that, let's go into the planning screen, shall we? Okie dokie. So in the planning stream, what we did last week was we worked on drawing crops. We drew wheat, apples, and pumpkins. So today, we'll see how many we can get done. For certain know I want to do potato and carrots, but I'm not sure about the tomato or beet. So depending on how things go, we'll just play it out by ear. And hi, Brandon. Welcome to stream. Welcome in. Hi. Saying that, though, let's go ahead and hop into things with the Pixelart of the day. And hi, is it Yuzux, maybe. Welcome to stream. Welcome in. And tell me if that is not how you pronounce your name. I can certainly try again. Hi, Mr. Retector. Welcome into stream as well. Hello. Alrighty. So saying that, let's go ahead and do our Pixelart of the day, shall we? I'll go ahead and drag you about there, and then drag you all about here. That way I can see everyone. I'm so excited for part 2. Me too. The thing is, if today has to be ended early, that's a-okay. All we have to do is just do it another time. Saying that, let me pull up the PDF here, and let me go into, I want to finish my art so badly. Soon, Tim, just a little bit by day, you know, even if you don't get a lot of work done, at least you got something done, or at least you even thought about it. And how are you doing, by the way? Not too good. Still have a bit of a headache, but enough to get up and be on here and chat for a little bit. So decent overall, I can't complain. And thanks, of course. Saying that, though, well, no, the pun is spinningly corny. Thanks, Jack. It's the little details. You sound more calm and caring instead of usually energetic and laughing. So you can tell that. That's okay. I'm glad. I hope I can still bring the same energy, even if it's not my usual, 90-ish%. Saying that, welcome to Pixelart of the Day. It is a section I like to do at the beginning of stream where we spend about 8 minutes to 5 minutes looking at some pixel art, and depending on the topic we're doing, we do it themed. In this case, it's crops, so we're gonna look at some crops today. And the hope is that by looking at some pixel art I can find on either Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, places of that nature, it'll get us in the mood for not only learning pixel art, understanding pixel art, also gives us a chance to look at some wonderful artists. And okay, I forgot words. And today's art is by Shimmy, or Shimmy Pixel. This is off of Twitter. So if you like their art, you think it's nice, then give them a look. And the hope is that it gives us a better chance to get better at our observation skills. So the better we can look at something, the better we can understand it, the better we should hopefully be able to draw it. And I think I can tell because you speak softer and quieter than the last time. Interesting, interesting. And yet you still have energy that I normally do. Oh boy. The thing is that I'm hoping that throughout the stream, I'll get better and I'll get more reinvigorated having all of you to chat here with, but we'll see. Saying that though, tell me what you like or dislike about this piece, things you notice, techniques you notice, colors, select shapes. There's things to talk about here. And I'll go ahead and I'll set the timer for, I'd say let's do, let's do, if I can find it, Pixelart of the day, which one are you? Yeah, we'll do 5 minutes. I think 5 minutes is good enough time. And hydrate? Sure.
Hydrate 14 just redeemed hydrate.
Thank you. Okay, hydration it is. Tasty. And I'm glad this PNG came in handy. Oh boy. Okay, so what are things you notice right off the bat? Usually what I try to pay attention to is I try to pay attention to the primary colors that are used for art. In this case, I'm seeing green, brown, orange, and white. Those seem to be the 4 colors, so I'll write that down. Colors, green, brown, orange, and white. You could say brown and orange can be mixed together. They usually go hand by hand. And let me zoom in a little bit to hopefully make it so you can see it a little bit easier. About there you go. And you love how the fence contrasts the carrots. Interesting. What makes you say it contrasted? And isometry. That's definitely not how you pronounce it, but goes the shapes, maybe? That is something to notice. I would say perspective, perspective. Isometric. That's a good one. That's a great one. I would say, let's see. I really like how the edges of the fence are textured. I'm not sure if you would call this dithering, but I really like the look of it, the blending area here. So I'll put on here, let's see. Let me slide this guy maybe down and over. There we are. That's a little bit better. We'll have on here blending of colors at the bottom of the fence. F-E-N-C-E. Fence. Dithering? Question mark. What else can you see? And I quite like the grass growing on top of the fence and the dirt. It gives dimensions. Interesting. The grass growing on top. Oh, there. I see what you mean. That's a good point. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Grass. Oh, it also appears here too and here too. Interesting. And the dirt. Yeah, you did point that out. The dirt here. So the grass, the background grass melts into the scene. That's what I'll put. Background grass melts, M-E-L-T, melts into scene. Something like that. And let's see. Oh, it also, that kind of line pattern also appears on the sign too, which is interesting. It gives it a sort of nice withered texture. And let's see. If they went with brown, it would work as well. Love all the fence colors. Oh, yeah. Brown, orange, those are good colors to use. The white's also a good choice as well. And let's see. Read that. Making sure I don't miss anyone. And I know nope, I didn't read that one. I noticed how grass bits are same colors as ground, just like the base of the carrot sign. Yeah, it seems like we have the background grass, so this sort of area here. Then we have a little bit of mixing and blending, which I really like. Okay, what else would you say? I would say I like how some areas of the fence are also chipped. I know we're about to do carrots and vegetables, but just this, for example, portion here where there's highlights to show off the top. And then there's this really dark section. So it's the detail, I guess, is what I'm noticing about the fences. And I'll put that on there. Detail to fences makes it feel homey and used. Yeah, broken top. It's like a crack. Yeah. Usually, if you're going for a, lived-in feel, you usually want to make things look used. If it's fresh and clean, it doesn't look like it's been opened or used yet. So like a car, or a home. A cozy home has been lived in, but a brand new home, it gives a different feel. And that's the feeling when I look at this. And let's see, the carrot outline is more prominent than the other outlines, which highlights as an important object. Interesting. Let's see. I would say, if we're looking at the outlines, this is a colored shaded outline. We can see light green up here, dark green down here. And then we have the carrot, I'd say all one color. This guy here, I would also say one color. So it's interesting. It looks like the leaves use shaded outline, but not the carrots themselves. It seems like the leaves are the only place where a shaded outline is used. Outside of that, I would say, well, no, the fence, this is a different color than this color. So, a mixing of outlines. We have some that are shaded, some shaded and colored outlines. But I don't know about the green part of the carrot because it blends in with other parts. Interesting. I would say it's a little bit difficult to tell here what's going on, and that might be due to contrast. We can drag and drop it into Aseprite in a bit, but I really do like this piece overall, the feel of it. I also like how the carrots do seem to pop out a bit, and carrots themselves are very carroty. I would say the carrots are round. I'll say carrots are plump and round. I think that's something to note. Also, the carrots look a lot different than the carrots that are on the sign, so I'll put that down too. Carrots are plump and round, and carrot on sign has different style than ground ones. And big carrots, yeah, they're big. And did I miss anything else? Let's see. If this is a game that makes sense as something grabbable, usually what I see is if something's grabbable, it'll be like a, what would you call it? Like a white outline would usually be the go-to, though those always change depending on the person. Let me go ahead and shrink this guy here. We'll leave it about here, and I'll go ahead and copy this guy. And let's quickly do a check about the idea of the contrast, because I'm super curious. So we'll go into our draw here, and let's see. They downgraded green parts for small convenience. So it's a small carrot. What do you mean exactly, Mr. Retector? Could you elaborate a little bit? I'll do file here, new, and then if I paste this guy, we should get the whole picture. And what I wanted to see about was the contrast on the image. So if I go to grayscale here, yeah, that's why the fence felt like it popped out, is because it's super bright. But then here, it's a little bit hard to tell what's going on. So that's interesting, because when I looked at this initially, I thought the carrots really popped out. And what? Eris looks different today. Hi, the Metal Wolf. Welcome in. I had some internet problems over the week, so you're stuck with 2D version of me. But welcome in. That's really interesting, though. Overall, I really like this piece. I like how toned it is. It feels very down to earth, both metaphorically and physically speaking. Saying that, though, let's quickly go over resources, shall we? And green part of the carrot on sign is small, so it's like a humble carrot. When the actual carrots are more like confident, big, serious guys. I see. Yeah, this guy feels simple and sweet, but these guys feel strong and big, and not enough bandwidth for the third dimension. Yep. And hi, Sajeckum. Welcome to stream, and let me scroll up. And one thing I kind of dislike is that the groups of carrots look identical. Oh, do you mean like it feels as if it were the same asset over and over again? Like they took one and then did it for 4 of them. I definitely feel that. I also think what plays a part is the contrast portion. If they had different contrasts, I don't think it would be as bad, or it would feel as much. And hi, Busy. Welcome to the stream. And I will still touch 2D ears. You stay back. Back, you fiend. Saying that, let me go ahead and close this guy here. And what we'll do next is quickly go over some resources. How about that? So I'll go ahead and make sure I have this guy opened, and we'll go into this guy. Now, I was trying to also get the YouTube guy working over the week, but we'll see. If I do exclamation study, let's see if it works out. And YouTube's good. Oh, YouTube did the thing! Lovely! Okay, the bot officially works. Good. Alrighty, so if you click that link, it should bring you into, if I click on here, oh, drops. There we are. So those of you that don't know, I have a website, erisezra.com, and on this website, what I try to do is gather resources relating to all aspects of game development. And also our cherry apple. Oh boy, cherry apple. Oh, the music didn't play, and the audio didn't play as well. Nothing played, but I saw that. Let's see. You here. Let me grab that name. It didn't do the notification, but I saw it pop up. Thank you too. Let's see. Crowns, thank you for the follow. Welcome into stream. Let me slide you up here so I can see everyone. Good. So if there is a topic you think I should cover, you can recommend it to me. Or if there's any that are on here, the idea is that once a week, I try to study a Pixelart topic that I maybe have not done before and use GitHub pages. Not at the moment. I have to learn how to use GitHub, but for the moment, it's on a website called Wix. And what a cute model. Thank you. And hi, Wakachis. Welcome to stream. And never noticed the netting before. It's the little details that aren't noticed right off the bat, but welcome in. And in this case, we have crops. So the idea is that I try to find videos, articles, anything related to the topic. I try to put it all in one spot to make it easier for you to look at. For example, here we have a playlist on food. And if I click on this guy, you should be able to see. And oh, thank you to Sarataz. Oh, I definitely don't think I did it right, but welcome in. And kind of my first time seeing this model. Hi, Sajekum. This is the backup when the internet doesn't want to work. You can see there's videos related to pixel art studying, related to food crops. And we have on here as well some different websites. And one I can certainly recommend is called the Smartest Resource. If there is a game, specifically pixel art game, that you like and it is more on the official side, you might be able to find it on this website here. And why is that important? Well, if we just quickly go back to our pixel art of the day, if I wanted to make art like this, I wouldn't know where to start, what size to make it. And if I, for example, zoom into here, I think that's 2 pixels, and then maybe you could say that's 3. But you'd have to go in and try to figure out the dimensions. What a website like this does, and what it allows us to do. And nice, I'll go to your website to learn. Thank you. I was planning to make a 3D game, but then I thought I should start with 2D first. I'd love to make a 3D at some point. And if it's 3D, it's still going to be pixel art, like something like Minecraft. And that would be boring if everything worked all the time. Surely you don't have things in source control? What do you mean exactly, Emmy? Do you mean like a main hub, or can you elaborate a little bit? What a website like the Smartest Resource does is, if we go back here, these are a list of games I was able to find that have crops in them. And if I click on Stardew Valley, for example, you can see these are all the assets in the game. So if you happen to know a game that you like, for example, Stardew Valley, and if we click on this cat, for example, I can click on this download button here, or I could just drag and drop it into my, what is it called? My program of choice, which in this case is Aseprite. And if I bring you into draw here, you should be able to see, if I zoom in, I now know for a fact exactly how big this cat is. In this case, the cat's about 16 by 60. And the ability to go in depth with the art and look at art you enjoy makes it a lot easier to learn how to study and take what you like, remove what you dislike, and come up with a combination of styles to fit your need. That's why I highly recommend at least taking some time to look at sprites from games you enjoy. Saying that, I believe that is resources done. Let's go in and hi to Jack. Welcome to stream. And in GitHub, it basically keeps a copy of each version. Oh, you mean like that? Got ya, Gaia. I haven't issued 100% recommending it. Emmy, I do that for my game, just not websites. And great, without the website, I wouldn't know that's a cat. Oh boy. Let me go ahead and bring you back into, let's see, planning here. And you're looking less purple. Did you get a tan? Wouldn't it be opposite? Wouldn't it be more purple? And hi, Frostern. Welcome to stream. And did I make them? Nope. Those cats are from Stardew Valley. The cats are from Stardew Valley. I'm super glad the bot's working now. If I do !discord, it should send it to both YouTube and Twitch. How are we looking? Lovely. Oh, that's so neat. Okay, if you'd like to take part in the study, at the end of stream, what we'll try to do is go through everyone's art if you happen to draw crops. And if I click on Discord here, and I click on this guy here, you should see the Discord. And once you join the Discord, you can navigate all the way to Pixel Art Study with me. And you can see on here, these are previous studies we've done in the past on different topics. And the last one, which was last week, was crops as well. And if I scroll up here, you can see art done by a lot of really cool people who took part in drawing some art, which is always a fun thing. So if you happen to get in the mood to draw and you'd like to participate along, this is also here for you. Now, I do stress this a little bit, since I'm not sure if I'm going to end early or not. We'll see how well we can move it in if there is art or not, but we'll see. We'll take this as we go. Saying that, though, let me bring you into our plan. Oh, we're already in planning. There we are. So what we did last time was wheat, apples, and let's say pumpkins. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to do beets versus tomato, but what I'll ask you is, do you want to do potato or carrots? I want to do either of those. So potato or carrots. There's 3 in total I want to get to, but we'll see how far we go. And while you're thinking, let me go ahead and close this guy here, and potato. Sure, we'll go for some taters. Carrots? I think, you know what, Check? I think you chose last time what was it, wheat or we'll see. We'll do carrots and then potato, just to make sure we get some other, but we will certainly get to potato eventually. Saying that, oh, before I forget as well, if you happen to want to also use a color palette that I'll be trying to stick to, if I click on this guy here, you should be able to see it in stream discussion, this guy right here. This is the color palette I'll be using, so you should also be able to drag and drop this into your program. So if you're wondering on colors, I'll try to stick to these guys. We'll see how we go with them. And I also vote for carrots. And hi Frost, welcome to stream. Look up from my nap, something that there was an Aseprite stream happening. Well, welcome in. Let me go back into draw here. Alrighty then, carrots. The hope is that we can look at some real life carrots and see what we can draw from them. And is that, nope. The hope is that going forward, I'll be able to expand on this. Right now, this is my work in progress, official work in progress. What is it called? This palette? The Resurrect 64 ones like this one. They're a little different in the fact that these are a little bit less saturated than mine, but I also don't have, I believe, 64. I think this is 34 colors. And what do you use to make the plan board? Do you mean the planning screen check? In that case, I use Canva. This is making me oddly hungry. Already? We haven't even started making food yet. I see though, yeah, you're a carrot enjoyer. So to start off, what we'll do is we'll go back into PRF here. And do we get to eat what we draw? If you believe hard enough, and this is not the right screen. That's what. Oh boy, I mean, I don't like carrots. I don't like potatoes. I don't like tomatoes. I don't like any of the food we're going to be drawing. But you know what? It's okay because other people do. You know, you don't have to like all the foods. I have never even had a beet before, but we'll see. They look delicious. I like red things, red food, strawberries, and, well, I don't like tomatoes, but beets look tasty. Looking at these carrots, what are some things you see? And what's up with the little adorable goober technical difficulties? Yep. Internet got reset, and now things are awry. So I'll have to figure that out once stream's over. But for now, you get 2D. Seeing that, let me go back to draw here. And what are we seeing when we're looking at these carrots? I see a few in different shapes. I'm seeing some that are, and let's see, does red work as a good color? We'll use blue. I think blue should work out fine. This long guy here, I'm seeing a really long kind of cone triangle, would you say? And beets taste nothing like other red things. They're still tasty though. Are they sweet? And 2D better than 3D? Hold on now, Mr. Retector. Hold on now. I'm seeing these guys, which aren't as long or pointy. And oh, that is not how you do it around.
Mr. Light subscribed on YouTube.
Let me grab that name. Thank you to Oh, it won't give me the name. Hold on. Come on, give it to me. Where is it at? Mr. Light. Thank you for the subscription on YouTube, and welcome to stream. And hi, Dark Spectre. Welcome back as well, and glad to see you're doing well. I am not feeling the best, but I want to see if I can at least get one thing done today. I am not the best, but I also wanted to stream today. And if I end up having to cancel early, there's always tomorrow or the next day, and the next day, and the next day. So we'll see how well we do. And hi, Omega. Welcome back. Oh, I don't recognize that name, so welcome into you. And are they sweet? Oh boy, here's a hard question. They're most different than any vegetables. I see. Interesting. And I'm sorry. It's a-okay. Yesterday I had to cancel. Today, I'm feeling well enough to try. And that's all I can ask for. Let's see. I'm seeing a kind of, the shapes I'm seeing are kind of like what is it? It looks like a cone, if you had a cone, where it's a mini triangle. That's what I'm seeing. So let's start off with some mini triangle. I also see some kind of strands here every so often. So maybe we can add those strands because there's also some strands there. Let's start off with drawing a cone. And we appreciate any bit we can get here. It's always happy to see you for the duration. Oh, thank you, Frost. And hi, Rodrigo. Welcome in. Let's go into draw here. Okie dokie. And from there, what we'll do is this was our final pumpkin, our final apple, and our final wheat. Let me go ahead and do sprite. And if I do canvas size, what I can do is if I do the multiply key, so the star and then 2, I can
Dark Spectre Interactive super chatted $2 money to support fellow
Dark
game
Spectre.
dev.
Thank you for the $2. Thank you indeed. That sound surprised me. Again, thank you. And how are you? Not too good. Could be better, but you know what? I'm here. Let me go ahead and copy this guy, and we'll move this guy down. Hold on. If it lets me, copy, paste. Nope. I just want to copy and then paste. There we go. Okay. So about there and there. And then from there, we'll go ahead and make carrot. C-A-R-R-O-T. Carrot. And that was not what I was expecting for the loud or the super chat sound. Oh, I see. I don't know why I read loud. All of the sounds are Delta Room themed. and using your own voice for a notif. How grand? If only that were me. Oh man, can you imagine? I gotta get a princess laugh down. I've tried before, but maybe one day I can just be the sound, be the notifications. So let's see. To start off with the carrot, what I usually like to do is I try to either start off with an outline, so a really dark color, or I either do the color that the object's using. We'll do a dark color to start off, and then we'll see about the extra bits. Saying that, let's see. To start with a carrot, I want to keep in mind how big I want the carrot itself to be and where I want the green stuff. Do I want the carrot to be, for example, this big to like this big? That does not look like a carrot. Hold on. Big carrot. Something like that. Or maybe even, no, hold on. Like that there. But then where's the bushy stuff? So in that case, would it be a thing of having kind of a bushy background here and then a bit of bushy background here, got some background here like that? Maybe. Another idea is that maybe we can have the carrot, let's see, something like this, a little bit smaller on our carrot size, and then maybe we can add that extra bush then, like that there, and just everything else there. There's different ways to do it, and I did that good. And that's another thing I like as well. Sticking to the 16 by 16, it allows for a lot of interpretation. Just one of my favorite things about Pixelart is that despite having such a small canvas, there's so much you can do. And careful, carrots are close to banana territory. Carrots, check. You might need to go back to, what is it? Would it be elementary for learning shapes? Because this is carrot, right? Carrot, hold on. Carrot, banana. Very different shapes. And hi, Robin, the who. Welcome in, welcome back. Last time I tuned in, you were going offline. Glad I can catch one tonight. Welcome in. Welcome back as well. And I do recognize those emotes too. So sweet to see. I hope you've been well though. Let's see. So what I'm thinking is big carrot, small carrot. I'm kind of inspired by the chunky looking carrots. So maybe what we can do is make our carrot a little bit round. I don't want to make mine super pointy. So I'm thinking maybe we can have a carrot kind of look like that, where it kind of comes up. And then maybe we can have our bush, and I don't know how to do the bush yet, but I'm just drawing things out and we'll see about it later. Like, oh, hold on, continuous. There we go. I think that'll be my carrot for now. And nice to see you timing a line with this, Robin. Okay. I read the words incorrectly, but yeah, welcome in. So I'll copy this guy, slide this guy over, and this is going to be my carrot. So from this black outliney shape, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my orange color and we're going to add in the inside. And the reason why I don't just do this is because I'm trying to keep in mind the outline of the carrot. And since I try to start off with black outline, so again, well, not again, but this isn't black, this is black. I'm choosing to start off with a dark outline because in my flow, I've noticed doing it this way comes a little bit easier. And times it in a line, I hope at least you're getting some good rest. Rest super important, very yes. Let's see. So what I'll do is I'll just go in here and I'll fill this guy in. And hi, Napa. Welcome into stream. Welcome back. So all I'm doing here is I'm just filling this guy in. And we have about there and there. And that kind of looks like a turnip, I'll be honest, but it's okay. It'll all be okay. Let's go back into Pure here. And what I wanted to quickly check was the areas of the grassy bits on our carrot. So if we're looking at them, they seem to be very long and bushy. You can kind of see here, they're long and thin. I thought I could get away with something that was wider. For example, I think, let's see. Yeah, notice the difference in leaves. This one is thicker and wider. For these guys, the beets. But if we're looking here, these guys are long and stringy. So if I want to make carrots, it would be best to go for something long and stringy. And actual Cannibal Panda, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. And it is super weird that the things aren't popping up. I'll look into that too, but welcome in, and thank you for the follow. Let's see. So let's go back into Twitch here. Let's go back into Aseprite here, into our draw. And keeping this in mind, right, our stringy bits, maybe it would be best to do something like this. And then maybe we can just kind of grab you here and move you about here. I think this would give us more of a carrot look. Instead of trying to go for something bushy, something like this. And I can relate, that's when I woke up today, 8 p.m. Oof. And hi, Ernie. Welcome to stream for the Himalayan. What does that stand for? And long stringy leaves with a carrot? Yeah, that's the thing. Usually when I do a study, I try my best to look at the IRL version before I look at other examples. So I'll be curious to see if other people keep to that stringy idea. And another thing I'm doing now is you can see the left versus right. Or actually, let me grab, because again, we're trying to keep to that 16 by 16. So I'll stuff that guy to the box. And hi, is it Alois? Welcome to stream. And things working better on YouTube? Impossible. The YouTube bot now allows me to send YouTube, commands. It's crazy. It's wonderful. If you look between this left and right one, and oh, my apologies, hold on. This guy should be open, so you can see it while I'm drawing. Let me go ahead and drag you here. Let me make you a little bit smaller here. There we are. Okay. That way, you can get the reference and look at it while I'm looking at it. Let's see. You there? You there? Always on top? We should be good to go. And let me close this guy and save this guy. Okay, lovely. So, while I'm doing, I'm cleaning up the edges a little bit. If you can see, the left one's sharper than the right one. And then I'm kind of modifying a little bit depending on what I'm thinking might look a little bit better. For example, do I want the carrot to go up? Or should it go straight back? There's a lot of different ideas as well as the outline of this guy. So what I'll do is I'll also make that guy dark so that we can get a feel for our stringy areas. You can see these are super long. So how can we make it super long and stringy? So maybe something like, let's see, this. And it also seems pretty pointy. So maybe we can add a pointy look to it as well. We'll see. Maybe we can do something like, let's see, that. And then maybe we can add another color, maybe back here. And then maybe another color. Kind of looks like a trident almost. So maybe this isn't the... It looks pretty silly. I can certainly say that. You know what? It was an attempt, so we'll keep it. And we'll keep going. Let's see. Maybe we don't have to go super realistic. Maybe we can do something on the semi side. Because these guys are super tall. And my carrot doesn't show super tall. And try it and actually looks charming. Interesting. And is it Alois, like the cartoon character? Oh, or Alois. Oh, I see. And a very pointy leaf. Yeah, it looks a little dangerous. I don't know if I like it looking a little on the danger side. Maybe we could do something there. And then if we do you here, then that would... maybe if we move you back down a little bit like that. And then maybe move you here and here. I definitely like the roundness of this carrot. So I'll keep the roundness and make it one shape but smaller. Interesting, Ernie. I can certainly try. Another thing is maybe we can add some perspective. So for example, let's see. Oh, nope, I can't go back. Never mind. And give the carrot a gothic. It's not even gothic, it's just Gabby. Oh boy. Oh, let's see. If I just go back to what we were doing. And go back to here. So if I make it smaller, make it one shape, but smaller. So maybe something like you here. And then make it smaller. So maybe something like that there. I could see it. No, never mind. I don't know about this guy here. I don't know about that guy. I do like the idea. I'm thinking maybe we can make it stringy like that. What do you think? That way we can still have that length without sacrificing the other portion of our carrot. And then maybe we can do about there and there. So we can still get the benefits of everything else. Maybe we can even move this guy over like that there. No, let's keep it here. And then this guy here, there. Maybe we can even add that there. So something like this. What do you think? I was gonna suggest trying that. I see. Glad we're in the same mindset. And ain't that also Gabby's? Yeah. That's why I compared it to Gabby, check. And if it's a picked carrot, droopy leaves make sense. Interesting. I don't eat carrots. The only knowledge of carrots I have is on this screen right here. And from what I'm looking at, this guy's picked, right? And sometimes the leaves are droopy, sometimes not. And hi, Malphabet. Welcome back in. And this iteration is nice. Thank you. Carrot with a ponytail. Oh boy. I'm thinking, yeah, sometimes they flop, sometimes they don't. So we'll go for this guy where we can still have that length of the carrot. Now, question is, can we make it maybe a little bit longer, like up here, or do we want to go down more? We can try. So I can copy this. And not a doctor, but I noticed a pattern. You get headaches on the refactoring days. I currently have one at the moment, but I at least want to see if I can get one of these guys done. But it seems to be, usually it tends to be either Fridays. Fridays because it's the start of the week, or start of the end of the week, so to speak, seems to be the common guy. Maybe if we do something like that there, that there, that there, it kind of doesn't have the same charm. Kind of, sort of. And although the leafy string bits are firm, so maybe it shouldn't droop so much, we can certainly try all different types of iterations. Of these two, I like this guy better, so I'm gonna slide him up a little bit. So it's not even, and it hurts. Maybe we can just, if I just grab you and move you here, and then move you here and move you here. Can you go for more of a ponytail look? I can accept that. That way it's a little bit wider. And it would be correct to make it cool since a carrot can rot. Oh, what do you mean exactly, Check? It didn't line up with your earlier words. That the green color? What exactly do you mean? Let's see. And then maybe from here, we can add some color in like that. And all I'm trying to do now is just add in variation in the sense of, can I make it look like there's different areas being affected? Like here and here. I'm adding in shapes into the lines to hopefully make it look like it is stringy. And I would say it kind of works. The different layers of green. There's a lot of blobs going on, but I'm trying to make implied shapes of, hey, look, this is a carrot here, lots of areas. Maybe what we could also try doing is, and then, oh yeah, I was feeling the mega leaf look a little bit too funny without having some kind of separator. I see, yeah. We're just doing it bit by bit. So maybe what we can do instead is have, let's see, this guy here and here, or maybe more so like that there, and then this, that way it kind of has that little point. And then maybe this guy can come more so down here. Maybe then it can come a little bit down there. I'm not too sure about this, but we're just trying things at the moment. And the stringy bits probably look better once there are other shades of green mixed in. Interesting, yeah, most certainly. My goal is at least to make it look good without adding a lot of color. If I can make it look good 2-bit, my multiple bits of it are probably gonna look a lot nicer. So I always try my best to get the idea down and then see about adding a little bit more. And so far, I like this guy versus this guy. I think I'm saying words. I'm also sick. I hope you feel better too, Jack. And I did read that. And I think instead of black separators, other shades of green as an outline. Oh yeah, right now we're just doing the idea. We're gonna add color now. But I would just wanted to make sure we got the feel right. One other thing I wanna try first before we continue is copy, paste, slide you down. And if I go here and here, let's see. If we make it not pointy, what do you think? If I do instead something like that there, maybe if we remove, let's see, the outline here and here, and then maybe if we remove the outline, maybe add a point there, something like that. What do you think? This guy versus this guy. It's a small difference, but truthfully, I kind of like this guy, the way it's not all one. So, what do you think? And carrot breeds. Oh boy, nice, thank you. And bottom one, interesting. Yeah, I tried my best to have the point on the bottom. So for example here, bottom point, bottom point, bottom point, bottom point. Otherwise, another idea is you could not do the bottom point. So if I didn't add the bottom point, it would be that. So do you think the point is important for this? Oh, we can also add a point to our carrot too. So something like that. So either round carrot or pointy, and that carrot looks like it has struts. It would be fun to learn how to draw those. Hairstyles, different hairstyles could be a lot of fun. I'm thinking, for now, I think the pointy one looks a little bit better. So we'll stick with the pointy one. And I'll save this, copy this, move it down. Okie dokie. So from here, what we'll do is now we can add a little bit of shading. So let's go back to our, let's start off with going for our outline. So we have a dark brown here, or maybe a darker brown here. And let's see. I want hairstyle episode 2. Yeah, me too. I do want to do it super soon. So go ahead and copy it, paste it, and let me stalk and follow your your blue sky and socials. Thank you, Robin. I believe, hold on, let's see if the commands work. SOCIAL. Does that work? It Lovely! It's doing the thing! That's really nice to see. Now, I'm thinking either a super dark, like maybe brownish outline for our carrot, or maybe an orange one. So of these two again, what do you think? And this is probably my favorite part about Pixelart, is it's the little decisions that can lead into super big change. So we have this orange, or maybe this orange, and then the other greens, but aside, or just looking at these guys, which would you say is a little bit better? Truthfully, I think the brown works better. The orange feels, or the brown feels like it's not fighting as much. This guy doesn't feel right. This guy feels right. And now my question is, why does it feel right? Truthfully, I don't know. Let's look at contrast and see if that can give us some answers. I see. The left one has more contrast, which is probably why it feels nicer than this one. This guy has less contrast. So then my next question is, if we, and oh, I just realized as well, hold on. Let me grab all of you, make sure we're on this layer here. If I were to make this guy darker, so for example, if I were to move you about down, so it has more contrast, and I uncontinuous it, it does look better. Yeah, because of contrast. If I just lower that guy down, no, too much contrast, but the medium level of contrast, I think. And put the left color on top. Oh yeah, we'll get to shaded outlines, but right now we're just doing singular ones. We gotta go step by step, and we can go even further and beyond. Oh boy. Let's see. Saying that, left color on top, you mean right? Oh, yeah. Don't worry, we'll do shaded outlines. Right now we're going step by step, bit by bit. And do you do your UI work in Aseprite and Libersprite too? I've always wondered about doing UI in Aseprite, but it seems just so difficult doing actual screen size. I haven't figured out a method yet. Most of my UI is temporary or prototype, but I hope to do it in Aseprite. And that's another study I want to do is UI, as I've done buttons before. So we'll go ahead and move this guy back down. And from there, we need a green. And I'm thinking, with the idea of the other ones, darker green is the place to be. So what I'll do is, oh, I'm lost. Oh, no. There we are. Okay, here we are. And your VOD seems so informative and cool. Thank you. How sweet. I'm glad you think so. I try. I have barely a clue what I'm doing. This is the first ever time I've drawn a carrot, but I have a lot of fun with these. And I feel like this is a treasure trove. Even sweeter and fair. I used to do graphic design. I love to get into graphic design and carrots. This is the method I used for the pumpkins and the apples and the wheats. There's a method to my madness. If I don't know how to do something, it's a thing of just technique. It's all about the technique. And looking at these guys again, I'm curious. Is it the same idea with contrast? The outline is darker? Yeah. It's interesting to notice, well, that the leafy green is the same exact contrast as the carrot, which is interesting. If I go to you here and you here, my question then is, if we make you maybe a little on the yellowish greenish side, move you over a little bit more, grab you and move you here, I think that adds a pop. And my question is it because of the contrast? A little bit. It is a little bit brighter. Maybe if we move you over here a little bit. Let's see, sprite, color mode, grayscale. It definitely does feel different now. Undo, and I'll copy it, move you over, and technical difficulties. This is the backup for if my internet doesn't like me that day. But don't worry, this is not the norm. This is just temporary. And I mean, more power to them. It's my college degree. But I think honestly my heart is in game design. Yeah, I do enjoy game design. I enjoy design and anything in general. And same, but in the more mature side. I see. And I do read that. Good. Okay. And if I grab you and move you here? Yeah. Which one do you prefer? I prefer the right one. And I think it's because of the contrast. I do prefer brighter colors. But this guy here, I like him. I like the way he looks. So I'll go ahead, I'll grab you. And from here, what we'll do is we'll move down. A lot of moving down, I don't know if we'll even have enough space, but we'll see. What we'll do next is we'll start detailing things. So if we'll go back into our carrot here, what are some things we're seeing about our carrots? And right seems cooler? Interesting. And check our website on any of the studies she's done. I found them to be so wonderful for learning. I'm glad you mentioned Frost, so I should be able to do website. Does that work? It should. There you go. You should hopefully be able to find previous studies and just research in general, which should hopefully be handy. I'm looking at these carrots. I see some dirt. And if it's one thing I know about carrots, which is not a lot, I know they kind of have these bands around them. So I'm hoping maybe we can add those bands. And if I'm looking at these references, I think this one's probably our best bet for the band look. We're gonna try to do some of those lines across and see how we do. Saying that, we'll grab our carrot. Now, is there a color up here we can use? I have a lighter green. I also have a sort of yellowish look. So we'll grab, oh, it's the same exact color. Never mind. And let's see. Oh, so, thank you. So, we're looking here, and our band, are the bands lighter or darker? From what I'm seeing, they tend to be lighter than the other edges. So, we'll add, well, these guys are lighter in some areas, darker in other areas. I'm gonna guess it's because of the light. So let's see if we can wrap edges around our carrot. Maybe something like that there. Just ideas. It doesn't have to be perfect right away. It doesn't even have to be perfect at the end. We're just trying things. So maybe here, maybe something like that and that. I could see it possibly working. Maybe. And oh man, if only there was a place to see your stream art and send over your own to participate in the studies. Oh boy, I'm glad you asked. Yes, Lordy. There you go. Oh boy. I think this works. It's the colors that I don't like. So, what I'm thinking is, the lines are good for now. Let's add a little bit of shading. So we're gonna go off brand from these guys. I'm gonna do a little bit on my own. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to grab this color here. I'm gonna go for more of a darker green. So I'm gonna hue shift over to our more of our, well, usually you wanna go to the yellows, greens, cool colors. So it depends. I think over here is fine though, since we're in the darker areas. So something like that there. And I'm thinking this could be our darker portion of our carrot, but tricky. Let's see here and have it fade down. Could you elaborate a little bit, Ernie? Let's see. If I move you more here and fill you in, kind of looks like a golden carrot now. You there. Yeah, I think the colors are a little wonky. We move you here, darker, and I do you instead. Yeah, I like that a lot better. And it looks like mustard, to be honest. Now I'm haunted with the thought of a carrot dog. Oh boy. Imagination is a wild thing, isn't it? And pointy carrot, not pointy carrot. Let's go with this one. I like this orange though. Maybe it's a little bit too contrasty, but I think it's good. Yeah, I think maybe, if anything, this guy would need to be a little bit darker. So we'll make him a little bit darker. Maybe we'll grab him. Oh, hold on. Grab this guy. So if I grab you, I should be able to fill this guy in. From here, I don't like these highlights. So we're gonna go up a little bit towards the white, and then up a little bit towards yellowish color. And we'll see about if maybe this color would fit us a little bit better. And then we need a darker color for our outline. We're gonna go down a little bit. Gonna go more towards the reds a little bit. So maybe something more like that is better for the carrot. And truth be told, I like it. I think it works. So let's see. And the hope as well is that you don't spend too long on this. It's a lot of, for me, just going over and reiterating and see how I feel about them and copying and pasting, because you can start up here. But if you just try out different ideas and see what you like and dislike, it helps you with your observation skills. So we'll slide over here. And one thing I was trying to do, but I undid it because I want to make sure we have the before and after. I think the bottom could be changed a little bit. So what I did was I brought in the bottom some, like that. And I think this guy looks better than this guy in ads already. My goodness. Okay. We'll go ahead and do that then. We'll let them run. And I can get some water. Let's see. It is a shame that internet's not happy with me today, but I'm still glad to be here. Let's see. This coffee's a little bit too hot. Oh no. That's never good. Never good at all. But it's a-okay. I'm thinking at least maybe, well, there's a few more things I want to do before we look at the references from actual Pixelart games, so we'll see how well that goes. Water. How tasty. Okay. So, once the ads are done with their thing, what we'll do in the meantime is these stretches. Well, you can't see quite the stretches, but make sure you're leaning to the right. a little bit of left, and then loving the spirals on these carrots. Interesting. I just did my best to add them as lines, but it's interesting you call them spirals. And thank you, Bobby. I'm glad he's more functional now. That's really nice to see too. Another thing I'm gonna have to look into are the maybe more leafy bits on the edges, but we'll see. They're certainly saying, and yep, carrots look better. Thank you, and hi, Hardronics. A little bit better. Welcome to stream. Welcome back in. And I wonder if some of the bottom stringy bits could be removed, since they seem to sprout from the side. Yeah, I think so. I think this bottom area needs a little bit of work, and we can certainly try. It's the idea of just getting things down first, and then modifying a little bit. And I do like that. Good. So let's see, left a little bit, right a little bit, backwards a little bit, frontwards a little bit, head tilt a little. Oh, something cracked. Oh, that's not good for my neck. Little bit to that way, little bit to that way, little bit to this way, little bit to this way. And when you're stretched, make sure that you do it slowly. You don't want to break anything. That would be bad. I don't have the ability to call the proper authorities should you get hurt, so make sure you don't stretch too much. And I just saw that Frost got promoted. Indeed, Rodrigo. Frost is now the new, well, not the new, but a new moderator. He is one well up and trained. And a glow up so little added so much to the guy. Thank you, Jack. I do agree. It isn't that just the greatest me hearing him crack? No, I worry for my health. Oh, you know what? I can see as well, art-wise at least, I drew me. This me here, this chibi me was my all and art time when I did art. This here. One of the last ones. And cracks are bones saying thank you. And knuckle cracking is that way. Not any other cracking. I would be a little bit worried. Oh boy. Saying that though, that should be just about up. Let's see. And I believe so. So welcome back from the ads. Shall we continue? So we were talking about maybe making the bottom of this guy removed, and oh yeah, I think that works. These guys still need a little bit of modification. Well, actually, I quite like the size of this. Maybe if we just moved it up. So for example, if this went more so here, like, let's see, more along the lines of coming all the way from that area. Maybe we can do about there, and then maybe we can do you here, and then you, let's see, maybe something more like that can work out a little bit more. What do you think? And that looks way better. Thank you. Yeah, maybe we can even move. Nah, I'm thinking this guy could be a background. This one's more of a foreground. That one kind of comes up. So I think this one works a little bit better. And he's your favorite. Thank you. So saying that, let's add some shading for this guy here. So for shading, a copy, I'll paste, and human GPU, no way. There's no human here. Only Eldritch Princess. Let's see. So what I'll do is I will grab our dark color. Now, is there a dark color in this color palette? There is not a darker green. So we'll have to make our own. So just more hue shifting towards our cooler colors. So what we'll go ahead and do is go back to here, go down a little bit, and then maybe that guy could work. Maybe a little bit darker. Maybe more along the lines of this guy here. Yeah. And what I'm thinking is, first we have to figure out what's in front and what's behind. For example, I know for certain that guy is behind. That's known. And I'll also make this and this here for our darker and lighters. And then for this guy, do we want a lighter tone or darker tone? Let's see, human-like. Boop, boop, beep, boop. Let me make maybe this guy a little lighter. So maybe we can go up here, go more towards the yellowish colors. Maybe this can be more of a highlighty feel. And double checking again for our grayscale. Yeah, I think that'll work. And then what we'll do is we can add this guy here for our light colors and then our dark colors. So there's a little bit of a difference. And now that's scary. So I'm thinking maybe something like this here, where certain areas are darker and certain areas are lighter. Like maybe all these guys here. Maybe we can even make that there, possibly. Maybe even do... I think this is fine. That's okay. I think the difference needs to be more. So what I'll do is I'll make this guy a little bit darker. Possibly like, let's see, that there. Oh, hold on. That like that. I think that can help a bit. And then this guy here. Yep. Something more along the lines of that. And then from there, this guy, because it's lower, or this guy's going up and then down in the background, I'm thinking this guy can go here. This guy is the bottom of him. So I'll make sure this is the bottom, bottom, bottom. This one's coming out in the front. So I'm just trying to keep in mind, okay, who's in front, who's behind? That's the look I'm going for. If you don't mind me asking, how did you switch it to grayscale? And what did you check? With the values? Sure. And no worries. Questions are always welcome here. Oh, you can't see it. Hold on. If I go here, nope, wrong guy. You. Yeah. What I usually do is I do sprite, color mode, and then I click grayscale. And what I'm checking for is if the color's visible. If the color is visible from other colors. For example, here, you can see how there's brighter colors here, darker colors down here. Usually if something has a lot of contrast, so there's a lot of bright colors, there's a lot of dark colors, it tends to look more appealing. Again, it's up to interpretation. But for example, if I go to up here, where are we at? This guy. This one's lighter. It's just a little bit lighter, but most people said that this one was better. It's a small change, but by upping the contrast, the differences between the two colors, this one seems to feel nicer. That's the idea. Even here for our outlines, this one has more contrast, so the colors are more different. You can see, well, if it lets me, let's see, sprite color mode, grayscale again. The outline is darker here, so because they're more different, they feel nicer than the one that feels more similar. You can also do a gray layer in Aseprite and turn it to multiply or overlay, and I think it does the same thing. I believe so, yes. I don't quite know how to do it, but I've heard about it. Yeah, there's a way you can do like I don't remember, but I know it's a thing. Yeah, and yeah, you're 100% right. I wish there was a way to do like a hotkey or something, but usually what I do is I do sprite and then the grayscale, and then once I'm done in grayscale, looking at undo. So maybe learning the layer method would be better if it's less work and I can just toggle on, off. That might be better. Welcome in, readers. Hello. Let me make sure I give the shout out. Let's see. /shout out.
Yumme rated with 12 viewers.
YUME is. Oh, I think that's it. Thank you to Yummemir. No, Yummemir. Was that better? Thank you, and welcome into stream. Caught me at a bit of an awkward time. Usually I'm 3D, today I'm 2D because of some internet experiences, but welcome in. I hope your stream was wonderful, and wonderful indeed, wonderful, welcome in. I try my best once a week to look into Pixelart and study it, as I'm still a beginner, but I want to get better at Pixelart because I'm a game developer. This was the Pixelart we did last week. We worked on looking at some pumpkins, we did some apples, we did some, let's see, some wheat here, and today we're doing carrots and some other guys. And those are so cute. Thank you. It's all about just drawing us. I've never drawn a carrot before, but we've reached this point in carroting, so it's going well. And thank you for the follow as well. Let me try again. You may me mirror, maybe. And I think it might be easier for you that way instead of trying to change the keyboard shortcut or going to the menu each time. I see. I'll have to look into it then. Carrot, indeed. It looks good. Thank you. And welcome in, Cup Noodle. Thank you. And hi to you as well, Pink. Saying that, we were just talking about contrast looking better than less contrast, and we were looking at this guy here. So the idea was that by making these guys in the background darker, it would feel like it's popping out. And wheat looks so Minecraft. It's supposed to feel more Minecraft because we are taking references from Minecraft. If I go to the wheat super quickly, this is wheat from different Minecraft texture packs. So you can see the regular Minecraft, the updated one, and then some texture packs. The idea is that, because I don't know what I'm doing, I'm looking towards people who do know what they're doing. And in this case, we're looking at some Minecraft ones because there's a lot of good Pixelart examples. In Corner of Fame from Deltarune Wicked. This is not the corner of fame, this is the corner of shame. No bananas will be drawn. That is all. The other fruits and veggies will be drawn. Not those, but that's the idea. So if you look at some art, for example, this guy here from Amori, from different Pixelart games, and then we try our hand at it. We'll go back into here. And cool, good idea. Thank you. And thank you so much for recommending me Yumi for the raid. Love the stream. Thank you. And fame, shame, whatever. But how do we know the scale without a banana? You don't need a banana. You think you do, but you don't. That's how bananas get ya. So let's see here. And we know filtered banana is great anyways. It is, but a banana is still banana. Let's see. What I wanted to do was I wanted to add a dark area for this guy as well. So we'll go ahead and grab this and we'll just make a darker color. So we'll drag it down here, drag it to here. And then from there, I wanted to see about adding a dark color around, let's see, the bottom. And hopefully by doing this, it can stand out a little bit more. Maybe a little bit darker for more of that contrast. It's more along the lines of this here. And I definitely do think it gives us a nicer feel overall, wouldn't you say? Are you a banana hater? I am a banana disliker. There's a difference, you know, I tolerate them, but I won't eat them. Super, super different. One last thing I want to do is add a little bit of highlight to our carrot, and then we'll take a look at carrots from other games and consider Crescent Moon art study. Oh, I've never heard of that one. I shall copy it. Exclusively with a community choice palette? Interesting. Banana supremacy, I tell you, terrible, terrible opinions. But welcome in, Freeze and Fire. I'll copy that guy, move you into here. Okay, and then from here, let's add highlights. I wanted to try doing that because you can see sometimes there's a bit of highlights here and there. So if I grab this green and I make it a little bit brighter, we go over to maybe more of our yellowy guys. Maybe what we can do is add, for example, maybe here, maybe about here and here. If I scroll down, does it feel nicer? Truth be told, I think it works. If you believe it works, I think it can work. You just gotta feel it out. Something like that, I think looks cooler than without the highlights. And thank you to, is it Ethnex for the follow? Thank you, and welcome into stream. So we'll do something like this. And then for our carrot, let's see about maybe adding in some highlights. So again, I'll go up and we can't go to red, so we gotta go up here more so. And the joke is the palette's exclusively banana, yellow, and brown. Oh, that's terrible. Horrible. No good. Not good at all. Oh, the joke you say. Let's see. Maybe if we do some of this here, and then let's see. Maybe you can go maybe there, like that. And does it look like it added a little bit of glisten to our carrot, would you say? And then from there, we'll go ahead and you here, erase you here, and anything else we can add, anything of note. You know what? I quite like my carrot for a first time carrot and too much highlighting. Maybe not. And cute pixels, thank you. I don't know. I want to try more of a highlighty style. I've been enjoying the way it looks. There is definitely argument for more highlight, less highlight, too much highlight, but I like the way the highlight feels. I like the pop it tends to add. And I also say that because a texture pack I've noticed I've enjoyed has the highlighty feel. So let's take a look at some carrots from different video games. We go over here, we have tons of carrots. So if I click on, for example, this guy here, it lets me, hold on, click on B, I should be able to do Alt, no, was it Control? This carrot guy here is from Makai Kingdom. You'll be able to see the names if I also do that. There you are. So if you have a question as to what where's from what, I can try to answer it. This carrot guy, this palette here, and boo! Hi, Chaotic Cloud. Welcome into stream. Welcome in. And I think he's a silly guy. He also seems to have highlights. And if you're noticing as well, the bands at least are brighter than the actual carrot. Here it also seems to be the case. Oh no. The bands are darker for this one. This is from the same game. This game is called Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion. And I started learning C#. Ah, congrats! I hope it's fun. I only know C++, but I've heard C# not that different. Yeah, this is from Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion. Then we also have here some art from, what is it? I believe this is Stardew Valley. Yep, these guys are Stardew Valley. And then we also have this one down here, which is Fields of Mystria. And then I believe, let's see, you are also, so this is the Stardew Valley carrot. This is the Stardew Valley crop, Fields of Mystria, and then that leaves, what's Mystria or Mystria? And software engineering at school. Oh, interesting. I went into school for computer science, but I ended up dropping out. And C# feels way closer to Java? Interesting. We have on here some Minecraft texture packs. For example, this is the plastic texture pack. This one here is Faithless. This one here is the updated Minecraft look. This was the old Minecraft look. This one here is from the texture pack called Excalibur. This one is from Dandelion, and this one is from Whimscape. So of these carrots, which one do you prefer? There's no wrong answer here. I try my best to gather different styles because I think there's a lot of fun in having different styles. What I like, you might dislike, and what you dislike, I might like. For example, I really like bright, saturated colors. So what's been drawing my attention recently are carrots like these, but maybe you're more on the realistic side. Maybe you like a carrot like this, and they look completely different. It's pretty fun, but so far, really simple stuff. I see. Variables can be fun. Looking at these guys, though, I'd say this guy's probably my favorite. This guy and this guy. And here's a philosophical question. Why are the carrots always leaning to the right? I guess because people usually read left to right. So if I were to do, I think, Control F, this feels weird. Never mind. Let's go back to what feels a little bit better. I'm gonna guess, though, just idea-wise, at least when it comes to Minecraft, because some of these are Minecraft. These guys here are Minecraft. I'm gonna guess it's like that because the hand is here, but this is Fields of Mystria. That's not Minecraft. This is also Stardew Valley, which is not held in the hand. So I don't know. But now that you said it, weird. Get it off my screen. Barf. And light propagation from right-handed majority culture. You know what? That makes sense. Left hand versus right hand, like with scissors. Interesting. So what I wanted to do quickly was take a look at this guy. So if I copy him, we can take a look and compare it to my carrot. And are there any improvements looking at official pixel art and from pixel artists who know what they're doing? Are there any notes I can take, any things I can learn that aren't on mine? That's the hope, by doing my own, looking at actual art, or looking at actual images of carrots, drawing my own, and then we go and we look at some pixel art that has the object. So in this case, carrots, and we'll see. All right, let us using carrots. So let's see. Looking at these guys, right? What are things you notice? I'd say for certain, their outlines are darker. My outlines are not as dark. So maybe a change we can do is make our outlines darker. So what I'll do is I'll merge these guys down, merge this guy down. I'll copy him, move him down. From there, what I'll do is I'll grab you. And what I'm gonna do is just see, does making the outline darker feel nicer? Like if that were darker, something like that there, and then maybe we made this guy a little bit darker like that there. Does that feel nicer, do you think? I definitely do think it has more of a pop than this guy, which is interesting. And if we're looking here, we can see this guy's shaded, this guy's shaded, this guy's also shaded, but the top is a little bit more shaded. So maybe what I can do is make this guy a little more on the highlighty side. So for example, if I move this up a little bit, it's like this guy, let's see, maybe over to red a little bit, and maybe if I made you something like that there, add a little bit of oomph to it. I definitely do like that feel. I think it does look nice. And their carrot also leans more on green, which is not green, yellow. This is just straight yellow. So I'm wondering, interesting. They use as yellow as you can get. And I kind of did yellow. Interesting. Anything else to note? Their colors lean more into the cool side, at least they're green. So you can see it's more of a bluish green, while mine's more of a yellowish green. And anything else? I'm looking at these guys and I'm seeing their lines aren't as wrapped around my carrot, which is an interesting note. Again, it doesn't have to be one-to-one. I'm just looking at these guys and saying what I like about them, what I dislike about them, and taking note. I think I'm done though. If we take a look just at what we did before and after, which one did you end up liking? The guy on the left. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me also make this lighter. If I go up here, make you about up here, and we do maybe you here. Does that work out? Hold on. Slide you over. Nah. I think your darker worked out a little bit better. Maybe even grab you here, move you up, move you over, like that there, and maybe a little bit more. Does that feel like it makes much of a difference? Nah. I think it's okay. But left or right? What do you think? And ew, vegetables. I quite like the left one a little bit more. I think making the contrast stronger helped a lot. And if I look at this guy here, we go to color mode here, let's see, grayscale, you can definitely see this outline is darker, which is the contrast left one. Interesting. Yeah, okay. I am not too happy to cut it short, but I think I'm a little bit myself. So let me just double check to make sure if anyone's posted anything in the crop study. Rodrigo has. So we'll take a look at the Discord, and then we'll call it a day for today. Usually I stream for about another 3 hours, but I've got a bit of a small headache. So what we'll do next week, because I stream from Fridays to Sundays, is that we'll make 2 days of that. So next Saturday, next Sunday, we'll make it so we do Pixelart back to back instead of doing one once a week. So we'll continue doing the beets, potatoes, things of that nature, and then we'll see about looking into crops. And thank you to Blue Springs for the follow as well. And I'm back. What's looking good cooking? Oh, it's a silly one, but welcome back, Jack. I was just saying that we'll take a look at Pixelart going on in the Discord. So if I do !JSCORD, it was only about an hour, but if you have some Pixelart you've drawn, that is the not carrot, but the crop idea, feel free to post it in there. And hi, I came in lurking from a raid, but I like your vibes. Thank you. It's a little unfortunate I can't stream as long as I usually do, but I am happy I streamed. I got to meet some new names and see some familiar faces, so overall, I'm happy. Let's go into planning, Karen. Oof, takes care. Thank you. And I fall in love with what you're doing online. It's truly incredible, or it's such incredible quality of content, all available for free. Thank you, and hope you feel better soon. Thank you. If you join the Discord here, you should be able to see if we go all the way here, the Pixelart study with me. These are previous Pixelart studies we've done. Usually it's a little bit longer, but if I click on crops here, you can see recently Rodrigo drew a carrot, and I think it's really interesting. Where I did my outline for the carrot as a lighter color, he went hardcore and went black, which I think is a different feel, which is super interesting. And then other previous art we've seen from before. But overall, thank you, despite the short amount of time, Rodrigo, for participating. Saying that, though, I hope you all have a lovely one. Let me see if there's anyone I can read. That'll be it from me on YouTube side of things. So let me go back into this guy here. And we should be on the screen. Yep. Okay, so we'll see if we can find someone to read. But if you're on YouTube, that'll be it for me. I'm going to go to the end screen, and then I'm going to come back on Twitch to see if we can find someone to, a pixel artist to replace. So saying that, I hope you all have a lovely one. I hope to see you tomorrow if you're interested in game development, specifically Godot. I'm working on a rhythm typing cafe game, so that should be fun. Saying that, though, I hope you all have a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, or good night, and I hope to see you all soon, alright? Bye-bye!